Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm Pastor KZ with the All About Favorite channel. Thank you so much for watching. The eyewear that I am wearing all this week have been selected for the Kita's eyewear line / Pastor KZ's eyewear line. Thank you so much for helping me make the choice. Throughout the end of the month, I will be wearing the eyewear that have made the line. And 1 week we will show all of them. I'll just do a separate video just to debut some of the eyewear and some of the colors. Once you go to the website that we're formulating right now, you will be able to select the different colors. Now, some of them will not be in all of the colors that I have worn, but I have selected, with some of your help, some of the pieces of the colors that you truly like. So thanks again. All this week we are going to be talking about generational dysfunction. I am wearing today a rivalry shirt. The Georgia Bulldogs, our national champions, the Georgia Bulldogs, located in Athens, Georgia. So we will wear attire all this week, rivalry, for the college football season. So I'd like to start today with an example, and I read this in courtesy of, thank you so much, Pamela Lee. You tell me what you think about what Sister Pam has written. And tell me if this is your story in the comment. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, comment, like, and share the video. Okay, this is her story. She says, maybe some of you might know my story. She said, what do you think about this, Pastor KZ? A two-parent home is what I came from, and daddy gets drunk, comes home, and physically beats anyone and everyone who gets in his way. The next morning, he reminds everyone in the house that whatever happens in this house stays in this house. And Mama just acts like nothing happened. Has this ever happened to you guys? Is this anybody's story? Have you ever heard that statement? What goes on in this house stays in this house. Here's another scenario I want to give to you. A single mother is raising her children alone. She's working 2 jobs. She's leaving the older children, or leaving the oldest child, who might not be 13, 14. If they're 16, that's a stretch. Leaving them in charge of the other children. Pretty much, these children have endless hours of no structure going on, people in and out of the home, and you can just imagine what else happens. Here's another situation that was put before me. Both parents are in the home, but the father works out of town. And he's only comes home on the weekend, and he's tired. He says he needs to get his sleep and his rest. Then he has to go do things he has to do, such as see his friends, go see his parents, go to the barbershop, etc. He spends the entire weekend not once talking to the children, playing with the children, going over homework with the children, having a conversation with them at all. Neither does he have time to have a conversation with his wife. And for that matter, he's not even interested in any activities or even what happened at the dentist with little Jimmy for his braces. So there are so many other illustrations of dysfunction, some not as extreme as others, y'all, yet it's still an unhealthy environment. Now pay close attention to the wording that I use, and I make a disclaimer. I am in no way an expert on this, y'all, or I'm not offering no professional services. I'm just giving you my thoughts and my opinions, and sprinkling in some of your illustrations from some of your emails. So all these shows are generated by you, the viewers, as to what you would like to talk about. Because some of these things you have never verbally or said it out loud to other people. You've kept this stuff stuffed in and tucked away and hidden away. And now, as you get older, and you've suppressed this stuff for so long, it is affecting your relationships with other people. And that is why we have so many relationship issues. We have so much buyer's remorse, regrets. All of these videos that I have been doing, I believe, just my opinion, that some of this stuff is due to these generational dysfunctions in the home. I just feel some of these situations that you were raised in and exposed to at a very early age, it helped build the foundation of your trust issues. Remember, I did a whole week series on trust issues, your trust issues, and just different things going on. So that's why we need to talk about this. Here is an email I want to share with you. And I'll just read it. Hey, Pastor KZ. Is it dysfunction when your parents have gambling addictions and they live in the darn casino, and they spend hundreds of dollars on lottery tickets and they sell things out the house? Is this dysfunction? Because I live this. Never could tell a soul. So, Pastor KZ, I remember when my grandparents would come over and Granddaddy will say, "Where's the TV?" And my mom would just say nothing. Is this dysfunction, Pastor KZ? I am a grown woman and I will not date a man who goes to the casino or buy lottery tickets. If I meet him, the first thing I ask him after we greet each other is, "Do you gamble?" Pastor KZ, I know I'm emotionally scarred by my parents' gambling habits. You know, I know something's wrong with me and I'm messed up. And until I start thinking about what you said on yesterday, and it's been such a secret in our family, I think this has affected me. Why do I have to ask a man, do he gamble? It's because I'm thinking deep down about what my dad and my mom did. Okay, y'all, you understand what I'm saying? All this may seem innocent, to just go to the casino, have a good time, but this particular person feels like her parents had an addiction to gambling to the point where things were missing out the house, things were being sold, things were being pawned just to get money to gamble with. Y'all, that still is a state of dysfunction. That may not be physical abuse, it might not be verbal abuse, but that's clearly a habit or an addiction going on there. That's anything that causes you to sell things and get rid of things to be able to afford an activity that you're indulging in. I think you're beyond a habit now. So she feels like that has affected her, the way she is when she meet people, and she just don't formulate relationships with people who gamble. And that's not that we're here knocking gambling. As I said, I don't have a dog in the fight. Pastor KZ is not voicing or being judgmental here. I'm just giving you information, and she feels like this has affected her. What do you all think? Now, you got to understand something. Different generational dysfunction and family dysfunction is different. It is not the same, but I did read something from a psychoanalyst, and the psychoanalysts have identified that in dysfunctional homes, it is not emotionally healthy. It's not a healthy environment, and it does affect children's developmental stages, and it does affect them in adulthood. So a lot of psychoanalysts and therapists says childhood experiences will affect them, be it good or bad. So I just wanted you all to understand that we are in no way passing judgment on anyone, but what we're saying is some of these behaviors, some of this chaos, this confusion, these behaviors people exhibit, be it physical abuse, be it verbal abuse, whatever, it does affect a child. in their growth process. And sometimes it spills over to adulthood. So y'all think about that for tonight. And I want you to write down tonight some things that you feel have affected you as an adult that you experienced as a child. I know this is not an easy thing to do, but we got to peel back some layers. I did a couple of videos on peeling back the layers. So once you start peeling back the layers, you begin to identify things that happen in childhood or things you experienced then. And then you will be able to put the pieces together and say, you know what? Now that I'm grown, I kind of see where I'm kind of messed up because this happened and it never was addressed. Some things happen and people never talk about it. It stays hidden. What you think? Do the work. Do the assignment. Get yourself focused. Bring your life into balance. And always remember, things will get better, but you have to do more than just say, I'm going to pray about it. You've got to actually have tools that you can use along with prayer, along with meditation, okay? So y'all keep walking in favor. And always remember, the blessings is just around the corner. Sometimes you got to go through the pain, the shame, the blame, the hurt. Sometimes you got to walk back through all of that to get on the other side of it. And it's okay to shed some tears because sometimes tears are cleansing. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'll see you back tomorrow. Generational dysfunction.